We've got some breaking news coming in. 3 convicts have been given capital punishment in the Loni minor gang rape case, the background of which pertaining to a girl being raped and murdered in 2014 in Loni Mavla village of Parner Taluka in Ahmednagar. The girl, who was a 10th standard student, was going home from school, and 3 accused, named Santosh Lonkar, Mangesh Lonkar and Datta Shinde, in fact raped her. All 3 of them have now been awarded capital punishment in this gang rape case, of which Ujjwal Nikam was the special public prosecutor after a demand being made by Anna Hazare. A big development there in the Loni minor girl rape case. 3 convicts being given capital punishment, no leniency shown there by the court. All 3 of them been given capital punishment in this minor gang rape case. The girl was raped and murdered back in 2014 in Ahmednagar's Loni Mavla village. She was a class 10 student. She was going back home, and on her way back, these 3 men gang raped her. They were convicted soon after, and all of them have now been awarded capital punishment. We'll try and get in more inputs there on the sort of arguments that were made from both ends, but this is significant considering that the court there has not shown any leniency in this rape case. All 3 of them have now been awarded capital punishment in this case, where this girl was gang raped by 3 men in Loni Mavla village of Ahmednagar. The special public prosecutor, of course, there was Ujjwal Nikam. Will try and get in touch with him as well on what arguments really were made from both ends and what transpired in this case. In the court, Kajal Iyer has been tracking this. Kajal, help us understand what really happened in court in the run-up to this pronouncement of judgment. We'll try and get in more inputs on that, but that's a big development in the Loni minor girl rape case, where all 3 convicts have been awarded capital punishment. The background of this case there being the girl was raped and murdered on the 22nd of August. Back in 2014, this rape case took place in Loni Mavla village of Ahmednagar, when a class 10 student was returning home from school, and she was gang raped by these 3 men. All 3 accused there, of course, being awarded a capital punishment. The special public prosecutor in this case, Ujjwal Nikam, joining us over the phone line. Mr. Nikam, throw some light on what really happened in court.
See, today the court has held him guilty as well as awarded a sentence, because we argued in the court that these 3 accused have committed a gruesome crime, because that the victim was a school-going girl aged about only 15 years old, and when she was returning from her school to her house, she was interrupted on the road, and thereafter these 3 accused have committed a gang rape on her, and thereafter they murdered that girl. Absolutely, that girl was defenseless. There was no provocation. And they acted in such a cruel manner that I pointed to the judge that this is the rarest of rare crime. And in order to avoid the recurrence of such cases, the death penalty will be the just penalty for them, and the court has awarded the death penalty to all the 3 accused.
In fact, she was seen as Maharashtra's Nirbhaya, Mr. Nikam, and the court there, of course, showing no leniency, all 3 of them being convicted, setting up the right precedent in this case as well.
Indeed, it's a right precedent. The accused pleaded for leniency, but I pointed out to the court that the accused cannot be reformed or rehabilitated even if the lesser sentence, that is life imprisonment, will be given, because considering the manner in which they killed a child victim, and therefore they deserve the major punishment, that is the death penalty.
All right. Mr. Nikam, many thanks for sharing your inputs on this case there. Mr. Nikam, the special public prosecutor, they're stating that the court, of course, understandably so, showed no leniency. These three men have in fact been convicted and been awarded death penalty. This case pertaining to a 15-year-old girl who was brutally raped in Loni Mawla village of Ahmednagar. She was in fact inflicted gruesome injuries all over her body by these men. In fact, her limbs were broken, and this case had caused massive uproar across the country. It was being seen as she was being seen as Maharashtra's Nirbhaya there, and the court, of course, setting up the right precedent and giving death penalty to all three convicts in this case.